Hi, Jack Bennett here. Welcome to the lesson. In today's lesson, I want to look at artificial rhythms, otherwise known as time inside time. This is at the scarier end of polyrhythms, and this is certainly not for the faint-hearted. But I'll explain what it is and how it works. Let's start with a really simple polyrhythm. We're going to play in 3/4 time, and I'm going to play the quarter note on the hi-hat with a hi-hat chick. Just 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. We'll call that the primary pulse, and we are in 3/4 time. Against that, the bass drum is going to play a dotted quarter note. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3, 1. Obviously, that's a dotted quarter note. This is a regular quarter note. But now I want to call that the secondary pulse. And it is a pulse in its own right, because if we take away the hi-hat, it is an even and consistent number of subdivisions, 3 eighth notes, away from the previous or the next beat. So therefore, it is a pulse, and we call that the secondary pulse. Now, where artificial rhythms come in is if we start playing around with rhythms that we can play in between both of those with the hands, some of them work out mathematically correct, if you like. So maybe if we played eighth notes, then it would be... And depending on which pulse we were listening to, that would either be eighth notes in 3/4, 1 and 2 and 3 and. Or if that wasn't there and we're doing it to the secondary pulse, it would be like triplets. 1 and a 2 and a 1 and a 2 and a 1. Okay, if we were to double up, that would also work out to be relatively easy. So it would be like... And once again, in 3/4, that'd be like... There'd just be 16th notes, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 1. And if we were to do it to the secondary pulse, it would be sextuplets or 32nd note triplets. Now, where artificial rhythms or time inside time comes into play is when we do sets of rhythms to the secondary pulse that don't also add up in the mathematical sense, something that we can really count, to the primary pulse. The first example of that would be 4. Okay, if I played right, left, and perfectly split even and landed with every first right being on the bass drum, that'd be like this. Now, if I take away the hi-hat, okay, so you can hear there that it works out fine for the secondary pulse, but if we were to play it and take away the bass drum, for instance, if we don't have that secondary pulse there, you can see that it doesn't quite work out mathematically in the sense, it does work out mathematically, of course, but it's not something that you can really subdivide and hear. Like, we're really used to subdividing 16ths or triplets or 32nd note triplets or going back eighth notes. That is none of that. Okay, so it might take you a little bit of time just to get used to that. Another thing that you could do would be to then start going up in number. So you could go to 5. So there'd be like... You could do 7s. You could go right, left, right, left. You could do 8.